skincare, it's everywhere, whether you're scrolling on TikTok or following your favorite celebrity influencer, Romaine. Consumers still spending big on creams and serums. And our next guest is the CEO of a big player in the space, Curology. It's an online skincare platform that offers customers online assessment and virtual consultations with its providers. I'm thrilled to say that Heather Wallace joins us now. And Heather, it's interesting. I mean, I don't know whether it's because I spend a lot of time on TikTok, but I feel like skincare is really picking up, and its popularity and just the presence that it has in daily conversations is growing.
Absolutely. Skincare has been growing for many years, and it keeps growing. It's a very resilient category. I always say people face the world with their face, right? And so as you think about prioritization of spending, skincare is always at the top of the list.
Is that typical, though, when you're heading into, I don't know, a period where there's a lot of talk about a potential economic downturn? Of course, inflation remains very, very high right now. When you think about how consumers prioritize their spending, where does skincare tend to fall?
Skincare really sits at the top of the list. If you think about what happened last year with tons of inflation, skincare was actually one of the only categories that grew units and not just dollars.
So talk to us a little bit, I guess, about how Curology works, because this isn't just going out and just buying a cream on your own. You actually do get to consult with a dermatologist or some other sort of medical professional. Is that true?
That's exactly right. So Curology is very different in that we were founded to make effective skincare accessible. And the way we do that is we combine a dermatology-focused telehealth practice with custom compounding ability. So we create personalized multi-RX ingredient formulas that truly raise the bar in terms of efficacy.
Because this is what I'm curious about. I mean, she mentions TikTok, and we know a lot of people are getting advice on TikTok and these other social sites, but not necessarily from reputable people, or at least people with actual real knowledge of it. How do you make sure that what's being advised to folks is best for them, best for their skin, and isn't maybe going to cause some adverse reaction?
Yeah, so we recommend that everybody comes directly to us, and you can speak for free to one of our dermatology providers. So they assess your skincare goals, they look at pictures, and they give you really good advice. And they can prescribe the products that we can create and personalize for you, but they'll also help you build your full skincare regimen.
And Heather, this is a real question. What role have influencers, if you will, TikTok, played in basically growing the industry? Because again, I spent a lot of time on TikTok. Every other video on my For You page feels like it's about skincare in some way.
Yeah, so TikTok definitely plays a role. If you think about how our company was founded, we were actually one of the first companies picked up authentically by our own patients. And so we were trending on Reddit in early days. And a lot of our own subscribers come from other subscribers who are getting on platforms and talking themselves. So we leverage it where possible, but we really leverage our dermatology providers to provide the recommendations and the personalization and make sure that we can kind of straighten out any myths that might be happening from a skincare perspective.
And if you think about that from a user acquisition cost standpoint, has the fact that it's become so big on TikTok, does that make it more or less expensive to get users?
I think this space is crowded, right? And so the more crowded the space gets, the more expensive it gets. Luckily for us, we're 9 years now, we're a scaled company, and so we have the dollars to be able to go and reach consumers in many different ways and not solely focusing on social media.
Yeah, do you need like a big celebrity, spokesperson or a big celebrity endorser? Is that, I mean, when we talk so much about skincare or really anything in the kind of the beauty and cosmetic space, it always seems like there's some, big actor or actress or other athlete or something attached to it.
Yeah, I think that works great for some brands for the right purpose, but we're really focused on our dermatology care. We're really focused on efficacy. And so for us, it's about our own providers and creating those relationships and really being focused on the science and the proof.
9 years, you scaled this up. You're still a private company.
9 years, we're still a private company.
Any plans to go public?
We're always looking at the market, but it's always about us delivering sustainable results. And if the timing is right, the timing will be right.
Heather, great to catch up with you. Heather Wallace there, she's the CEO over at Curology. And of course, Katie, as I'm sure you know, based on your TikTok feed, celebrity-backed beauty brands are everywhere. From Rihanna's Fenty, which I'm wearing now, by the way.
No kidding.
Selena Gomez's Rare Beauty, which you might be wearing, and Kim Kardashian's Skins, who I don't want to know who's wearing that right now. Carlisle co-founder David Rubenstein, the hard part of his job here was to sit down with Kim Kardashian, who I should point out is now a bit of a VC mogul herself. That peer-to-peer conversation was taped just a little while ago. Take a listen to her approach to running a business.
I'm so hands-on, I'm so involved. I mean, to this day for Skims, I'm still our fit model, which we have like a group of fit models, and I'll know the collection that I didn't fit for. I'm very specific on how things fit, and I pick the fabrics, I come up with all of the marketing. So with Skims and my beauty brand Skin, I do every last thing.